Welcome to all the classic car enthusiasts. So the stuff arrived from Mini Sport, so I've put these tabs in. They're basically a tab with two bolts welded to them for the heel board, and they're in there. Everything's tightened up. You can see that obviously the outer CV joints are in, obviously to put the wheels on, or the hubs, the discs, because we want to be able to move it around. We've got the shafts ready, but they tend to flop around a little bit, and you have to put them on cable ties. But so we won't put those in until the engine arrives. You can see I've started to put some bungs in here. I think there's one, I've put one somewhere else at the front somewhere. Have I? I'll put one in somewhere. There. Yeah, they arrived today as well. So you can see here, I've got a, in fact, maybe that light's too strong. Drop it down a little bit. So you can see here, everything's set up. What I'll do now is I've got the handbrake cable to put in and the quadrants on the side on the radius arm, so I'll get them ready. I'll just turn that out. Yeah, so I've got all the brake calipers, everything ready to go, so everything's here. There's the brake calipers, the quadrants, they're from Mini Sport. They're quite light, they seem like an aluminium or something. The only issue I've had really with these, with the stuff I've got from Mini Sport, is the stainless steel bolt kits. They are garbage. When you put them in through a hole where the hole is not quite in line, and they catch the thread, one, they don't go on very well when the thread's been slightly gnarled because they're stainless steel. And the second thing is they snap very easily. I'd never buy them again. So if my recommendation would be keep away from the stainless steel bolts. Just get the mild steel bolts and clean them up or paint them. These are the super fins for this car. And just something I wanted to point out here. You can see they're brand new, but you might be able to see there's hopefully that will show up. I'll try and do it down that way so you can see. You can see where the casting's been made. There's a piece sticking up there. So you're obviously going to have to use a roll lock or something to get this down. You can see I could probably push that over. You can see, and you wouldn't want that inside the brakes. You can see it there. So they obviously need to be cleaned up with a roll lock or something. You can see they're sticking up a little bit there. Something to be aware of. Again, same thing there. It's not much, but it's a bit of swarf you don't need in the brakes. You see, I can probably take it off. There you go. It's a piece there. So there's the drive shafts ready. Short and long one. I've just finished up this. This is the motor leader steering wheel that's going on the car. There's the steering wheel that's going on it, motor leader. Really nice. Spoke wheel. I've got one on my Mini, and they're very tactile, beautiful feel. I'm not cheap, but very nice feel to them. So this is the job I have to get on with next. This is the outer CV. This is the inner CV pots. They're ready to go on, and obviously we'll preset these up. You can see them now. Sorry about this. You can see they're already pre-clipped and everything. There's the new light fittings for the back, light fittings for the front, the bullet mirrors, and I'll bring it back in a minute when I bring the car back down. So you can see I fitted the new bars in either side there on top. There's a bit of finishing off to do here. A couple of little pieces there, one in the middle. A little bit more on the bulkhead there, and obviously this side has to be done, plus this tunnel, and a little bit up the back here. So there's still quite a bit to be done. This door has to be done as well. That one's already done. Yeah, so still quite a bit of work to do. I'll fill in these pieces as well, and then tape them. It's not a bad idea to kind of tape over them if you can. The reason that that's short there is that I think I said this before about trying to make sure that, you know, start at that end and then bring it in. And because what's happening is if you measure this from here to wherever you want, it's going to be short by the distance of these grooves or these channels. So it's something to bear in mind when you start pushing it in. You know, work your way up and then go to the next piece. Yeah, so, but it's getting there, and we can, anything that's a little bit short we can tape up anyway, so there's no big deal. I'll just use that silver gaffer tape, yeah, just to finish it up. So yeah, we are definitely getting closer. You can see the roof isn't looking so bad. Needs a bit of a stretch there on the back, but I still need to get this rear cable for the tail lights, the stop lights and so on, which goes up through this A-pillar here and along and back in. So I don't want to poke this in, I don't want to put this in until we've got that sorted out, but you can see it's really coming out quite nicely. It's nice and straight. Yeah, so as you can see, there's the two jags. The one in the front is the one I'm going to try and save if I can, and the one at the back will be broken up. I'll take the parts off it for this one. Be quite some time yet until we do that, but quite a bit to do. And then on this side you can see this is where the tent will be going. You've seen it before, but you haven't seen it probably from the top. So it's quite a nice space there now. That's all them spare parts. This is lots that's got to be junked. I think the subframe might be alright. I think we can retrieve that. And yeah. You should take pretty much all that space up there, I would think. So I've just lifted this this engine up. This was the first engine that happened to be near the walkway, so I've lifted this up. What I'm going to do is I'll take it outside tomorrow. Obviously put some plastic over the top of this air intake and anywhere water could get in the engine, and I'll give it a good clean first, and then I'll go through a check of it to make sure everything is moving the way it should do, and rotating the way it should do, and then I'll set it up to do a compression test on it and then hot wire it to get it to run. This is a perfect example of what some of the guys have been on the Mini community have been talking about with these fans. You can see here that this fan is actually on the wrong way around, and it says quite clearly there, engine side. I think it says it there if it will focus. Engine side. This piece should go in onto the water pump on that side. And if you look at these three engines, so that one is on wrong. I'll take it around here. A bit short of space here at this moment. Let me just get through. And you can also see, excuse me, what's this? Ah, there you go. You can also see that that is on wrong as well. That fan should be the other way around. And this engine, you can see it's on correctly. You can see how the recess goes in there. And when that's on properly, you can see it's right in line with the fan. So that's on correct. That one is incorrect, and that one is incorrect. And obviously, it won't be efficient with the blade on the wrong way. Now, I did a little check on this one, and this is a 1000cc engine, and this is from, excuse me a second, and this is from this car. This is from the Mini 1000 Special Deluxe. I don't know what Special Deluxe was about, but anyway. And this is a 74 car, so this one and this engine and box belongs to that white Mini at the back, and this is a 74 shell, which has been messed around a lot. That roof is not original on it. Somebody has replace the roof on it. You can see all the way around where the roof has been messed with, and I think the reason they got this roof was because it had this wind up sunroof in it, which I don't need anyway. That's very difficult to fix a roof on these things. Well, it's not difficult to put them on or weld them in place. What is difficult is to get the paint or the finishing right, but it's not seen. Because the minis are very low, you can see any discrepancy in any of these lines along here. So, but that's definitely been put on. There's absolutely no doubt about it. You can see the line there. So I have to decide what we're going to do with it. And like I say, that wing has been quite nicely put on, but what's underneath it I don't know. And on this wing, you can see it's bloody awful. It's a right mess. So yeah, it does have a front. The landing panel is brand new. There's still a badge on it. So I mean, there are those millimeters. That's one still in gold, and that's one we tried to sandblast a little bit just to see how it would come out. So they're up for sale if anybody's interested in a set of they're 5J by 10. One wheel here needs to be straightened up, the other three are perfect. And they're very rare, these. I think they were only made for 1 year, between 67 and 68. You can see they were made in Italy. As I said, this is a 74 Mini, and unfortunately somebody has put oversills on it. Very well done, I have to say, quite surprisingly. You know, and you know, like everybody says, you know, that these oversills or Magnum parts were built, they were made because there was a demand for them. You know, at the end of the day, these cars were relatively cheap. You had to keep them on the road from, you know, to go to work to every day. So, you know, you just plonked in what you had to do to get it MOT or get it running again. And, you know, I suppose a couple of the guys have mentioned this, and it's true. If those Magnum panels hadn't have been around, a lot of these cars would have gone to the scrapyard many, many years ago. So I guess, in a way, they've kind of saved the cars. Although nowadays we want to be a bit more, you know, we want to repair them right and get them back right, because they'll never see what they saw the first time around. They were pretty harshly used, these Minis, and abused the hell out of. This one here, this is a 1970. It's just the turn of the Mark III. So the Mark II went out in 1970, and the Mark III came out in 70. So it is a Mark III shell, but it was right at the end of the Mark II run. Unfortunately, it's not a Mark II. But it's got a few features on this, which you probably would recognise, like these openings here. That's quite common on the Mark III shell. And you can see on these, this one has this lip, so you can see this is a later vehicle. And they have an opening here for the water to run out of. But that might have had the same roof and they've just cut it, I don't know. But that was a common thing, that, to let the water run out of them there. You can see again there. And also this lip, you can see here, you can see how there's no secondary lip on it, it's just the lip going down. And you can see on this one, there is that secondary lip sticking out all the way along. So that looks to me like that's probably a Mark II roof. Knowing British Leyland, they probably used a mishmash of bits and pieces. I don't know if they had the just-in-time system in them days. It's a real pity that this has been cut out, but I can fix it, I can replace it, unfortunately. I think this one was going to be carp and scrapped, which is a shame because it's an earlier model. So, but we can repair that, not a problem. Yeah, so it has a few features from a Mark II. And as I say, it was right at the end of the run, so there's probably bits and pieces of it that were Mark II and the rest was Mark III. So, as usual, stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby. Yeah, I'm just really getting back into it now. I'm trying to get things done, and hopefully I'll better keep you updated over the next few days. Take care, bye.